In 2010, just a year later, Joe Biden, Hunter's dad, meets who, as in the Chinese president, at the White House. They're having a nice little chat about nuclear security in the world. But at the same time, Hunter was in China with his two partners. And they were having really fantastic meetings. They were meeting with executives from China's biggest banks and its sovereign wealth fund and social security fund. Now, a year later, in 2011, Joe Biden again was meeting with the Chinese, and they were talking about U.S.-China economic and strategic dialogue in Washington, D.C. 2 weeks later, Hunter Biden and his partners meet again in Taiwan with the same group of Chinese officials. Now, I just want to put this into perspective. This meeting that they had in 2010 and 2011, it is akin to the Chinese son of the secretary coming over here to the United States, meeting with Blackstone and Merrill Lynch and Bank of America and JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. That's what that was akin to, this meeting here. Hunter Biden's only 2-year-old little teeny company partnered with another firm called Thornton Group for these high-level meetings. The Thornton Group's Asia website reported these meetings, and they posted all of the photos online. Now, the problem is we have them here, and I think we have them on the screen there too. This, as you see, it's all in Chinese, but you can see that Hunter's name is right here, along with Rosemont Seneca. These pictures have never been seen before. Well, at least unless you speak Chinese. The English version of this website didn't post any of this. This is him meeting with all these people and then some. Rosemont Seneca was less than 2 years old. So how did such a tiny little startup get this kind of access to these financial titans in China? Well, let me continue the story. In December 2013, Joe Biden needed to travel to China on an extended trip over to China. He needed to meet with officials there, and he was like, "Hey, son, why don't you come along with me and let's bring your daughter too. We'll go have ice cream in China." And he was like, "Okay, Dad, gee, that's great. I'd sure like to have ice cream." So they were greeted by a red carpet delegation. The children there bring them flowers, and it was beautiful and lovely. And during their stay, Vice President Biden met with President Xi for 5 hours, covering every single topic in the U.S.-China relationship, end quote. Now, while Joe did his thing, Hunter was mostly out of sight. We don't know exactly what he was up to, but I will tell you, the deal that his company signed with China just 10 years or 10 days after this trip, oh my gosh, it's amazing. His little company, just 10 days after that trip, they decided that they were going to partner with a new partner, the Bank of China.